Microaggressions. What are they? This is a subtle form of discrimination and prejudice that occurs either unconsciously or unintentionally and takes the form of racism or sexism towards a marginalized group. These are typically not intended to be offensive to an individual. However, regardless of the intention behind the words, the impact is always harmful and damaging, and they create a level of miscommunication, mistrust, hostility, and invalidation, and can toll on an individual's mental health. Microaggressions can be unintentional, intentional, thoughtless, or through ignorance, and are often used by people who have a position of power or have some status over the person who is the victim. Types of microaggressions. So there are different types of microaggressions, and these include microassaults, microinvalidation, microinsults. Microassault. These are deliberate and intentional slights or insults that are meant to hurt the intended victim through name-calling, avoidance behavior, and purposeful discriminatory actions. Intentional microassaults would be abusive language, clutching or moving a purse or bag when you're around certain people, or posting offensive signs or pictures intentionally. Microinvalidation is when someone attempts to discredit or minimize the experiences of a person who is from an underrepresented group. This tends to be more unconscious, unintentional, and covert. For instance, if someone from a minority group is sharing a time when they felt disrespected and you interrupt to say they weren't discriminated against, or start talking about your own experiences to contradict what was shared, that's microinvalidation. Microinsults. These are rude, insensitive comments that subtly disrespect a person's racial heritage or identity. This could be assuming that someone isn't smart based on their appearance, or implying that certain groups or people don't have morals. They might even be used to suggest that someone doesn't belong. This includes assuming that someone wouldn't understand a new process at work because English is not their first language, or that someone isn't from a marginalized group because they don't act stereotypically. This can sound like, "You're the whitest black person I know," or "You speak English quite well from someone from your background." Microaggressions can also be nonverbal. So, microaggressions can also be actions or even conveyed through body languages. And here's a few examples of nonverbal microaggressions. So, following someone around the store because you think they're going to steal something, eye-rolling when someone mentions feeling invalidated, scheduling meetings or events that conflict with religious observances or obligations, only allowing certain people to work high-visibility projects. It is important to note, though, that the interpretation of nonverbal cues can vary depending on the context and the individual involved. Intentions may also differ, as some actions may be genuinely unintended. However, it is crucial to be mindful of these nonverbal microaggressions and their potential impact on others. Microaggressions and mental health. Microaggressions have been referred to as death by 1,000 little cuts because the constant slights can be devastating to our mental health. They've also been compared to mosquito bites. Mosquito bites are small, but if you experience a lot of them at once, they become annoying or even disabling. Similarly, microaggressions have a significant impact on mental health, particularly for individuals who experience them on a regular basis. The accumulation of microaggressions over time can contribute to increased stress, anxiety, depression, and feelings of isolation. Tackling microaggressions. Microaggressions require a collective effort to address and overcome, as they are not solely the responsibility of individuals who experience them. Therefore, it is important to consider how we can lead by example and contribute to the solution. Here are some ways to do so. Self-reflection. Take the time to reflect on your own attitudes, biases, and behaviors. Education and awareness. Educate yourself about different cultures, identities, and experiences. Empathy and active listening. Practice empathy by actively listening to others and trying to understand their perspectives. Interact and address microaggressions. If you witness a microaggression, be prepared to speak up and intervene respectfully. Lead by example. Model respectful and inclusive behavior in your interaction with others. Treat everyone with dignity and respect, regardless of their background or identity. Advocate for change. Take an active role in advocating for policies and practices that promote diversity, equity, and inclusion. Remember, leading by example is a powerful way to influence others and contribute to a more inclusive society. By continuously examining your own actions and promoting understanding and respect, you can help address microaggressions and create positive change. Thank you for watching.